It's crazy how much of history is literally just people addicted to painkillers. This is the poppy plant. This is where opium comes from. Opium is crazy. It's been described as God's own medicine by the founder of Johns Hopkins. In Sumeria, they believed that Isis gave the sun god Ra this. It's a blessing to mankind. In India, they believed that Buddha, when he cut off his eyelids so that he wouldn't sleep anymore, when the eyelids hit the ground, it created this as a gift to humanity. But there's an issue, right? Opium is highly, highly addictive. It almost collapsed the freaking Chinese economy. There were wars. You need to read about the Chinese opium wars. Crazy. But so many civilizations was addicted to the stuff. So as smart thinking humans, we were like, hey, we got to do something that's less addictive, but still has the pain killing abilities. Enter my friend Fred. Okay, he pulled a couple parts from the opium. He's like, how do we make this less addictive? And he essentially made morphine. He tested it on himself. By the time he was done testing, he was highly addicted and said, hey, publish these findings. Nobody used this. We didn't listen. Morphine went everywhere. There's this thing called laudanum, which is basically liquefied morphine, and people would just chug it, especially Victorian women. They love this stuff. Cough, cold, anything. Your baby's not sleeping? Give them some laudanum. But they started noticing like, hey, people are kind of addicted to this stuff. And so we came up with some good ideas. We're smart human beings. We were like, hey, you know what? Maybe people are just developing a taste for this. Maybe they really like taking it in. What if we inject it into our veins? And thus hypodermic needles were invented, and morphine was the first injection intravenously. By the 1900s, almost 1% of the entire US population was addicted to this stuff. So we were like, nah, we gotta fix this. We used morphine to fix opium addiction. What can we use to fix morphine addiction? So there was a scientist, Heinrich Dressel, from Bayer, right? Makes aspirin. And he was like, you know what? We've only been looking at natural solutions. What if we synthesize some? Enter heroin, okay? And he tested this on a couple of people who loved it. Tested on a couple of animals, did it for like a week or two, went to a conference, and he was like, we solved it. We freaking solved it. We solved morphine addiction. This is all the painkiller, non-addictive whatsoever. And it went everywhere. Heroin was available over the counter. You could not get aspirin over the counter, but you could get heroin. Here's some of their ads. You can see right here, oh, little baby girl's got a tummy ache. Just give her some heroin. What's the matter, sweetheart? You got a little bronchitis? Let me give you a little heroin. What could go wrong? Bayer claims, listen to this, it treats colds, headaches, pneumonia, and many other ailments. And the best thing is, it's non-habit forming. Obviously, the truth came out. No, heroin was not a solve for morphine addiction. But now, everybody's addicted to heroin, so we needed to make something that's going to fix that. Enter oxycodone. And the rest is freaking history. If you guys haven't seen the documentary about OxyContin on Hulu, I believe, oh my gosh, but it's insane. It's insane for me. It's like the more research you do, the more you realize with stuff like this, it's like we don't cure addictions. We just move one addiction to another. Now, there are things out there that have been proven to cure addictions, have been very beneficial for people, but those drugs are also banned. And they're not habit forming. That's interesting.